This is the SF Productions Podcast Network.
Let's all go to the movies. Or not.
Oh, from the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. You can check out our audio podcast, How I Get My Way Through Comics, on iTunes or on our website, sfpodcastnetwork.com. Recently reported that 1.26 billion movie tickets were sold in the U.S. in 2014, which sounds like a lot, but it was the lowest since 1995.
I think we bought 6?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a 6% decline from the previous year. Only 2 films passed $300 million at the box office. Mm-hmm. Guardians of the Galaxy and the latest Hunger Games. 4 films did it in 2013.
And probably they were Marvel films.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So why so low?
Well, because the movies aren't good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's too many sequels. There's too many remakes. There's too many movies that are 2 hours of explosions.
But, the thing, you say that, but then those are the movies that sell the most tickets.
True.
It may just be that they're making fewer movies.
Well, I think they are certainly making fewer movies
Or at
now.
least the movies they're making are all going towards the same demographic. Mm-hmm. And so, if you like those movies, you'll go to 3 of them, but then there's 8 of them.
Right.
And that takes away, then there's 4 movies that I don't want to see them,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if they would have made other movies, I might have gone to see them.
Right. There's clearly a point now where it's the big blockbuster or the tiny indie movie, and there's nothing in the middle anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But going to the movies, the experience really isn't fun anymore either.
For a lot of people, that is true.
The prices are ridiculously inflated.
Well, even the movie tickets.
Yeah.
You start talking about the add-ons like popcorn or soda, just that costs more than your movie ticket if you actually choose to get anything.
Sure.
But, I remember, and I know people say when I was a kid things were much less expensive, but when you think about the fact that it was $2 maybe to go to a nighttime movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you're easily paying at least 10.
Yes.
I mean, that seems like an awfully big jump.
Yeah, and as you said, when you go and spend this money on the $10 popcorn and the ridiculously overpriced pop, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You end up seeing a half hour of ads and then the previews.
And it's not just previews for other movies.
Right.
It's commercials that you see on TV.
Yeah.
If they made elaborate commercials,
especially for the movies.
or then I might go along with that.
Yeah.
Because it would be like how they used to have the serials before your main feature. What if somebody did commercials that were serialized across a whole summer of movies?
See, that's a great idea. I often forget what movie I went to see by the time I get to... What were we going to see? Because it was an hour and a half that I walked into this theater and I've been watching and it's like, oh yeah, the movie.
Well, the other thing is with the previews, well, first of all, you can watch them at home anyway now.
Right, yeah, they're all online.
But also, they play so many previews, too, that you kind of forget the previews that you saw. So they're not doing any good for you.
Exactly. And once the movie starts, a lot of people seem to think they're still at home, so they can just talk throughout the movie.
Or text.
And you've got that screen that is just blaring out into the entire theater.
It just draws your eyes to it no matter what.
Right.
So,
yeah. So, we rarely go to the movies anymore. It's really got to be a blockbuster. There's only 2 movies that I know of that I will go to see in the theater this year. Avengers Age of Ultron and Star Wars The Force Awakens, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I haven't even really looked much at the list of movies yet for this next year. I would go to those 2 with you.
Right.
And I might end up going with, some of my lady friends to an afternoon matinee or something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would just much rather stay at home.
Yeah, it's so much easier and generally better to watch movies at home.
Well, again, it depends on your home setup, too.
Right.
I mean, we have a really nice setup where we can, simulate a movie theater environment.
But you don't have to spend a fortune to have a home theater experience. You pop your own popcorn, you sit in your own comfy chair in your own comfy clothes at a time you want to. And it's like,
and you can pause it if you want to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like, we'll
we're
pause
so
for a second.
old.
Yeah. keep in mind, I did some looking around on Amazon, and you can get a 70-inch TV for about $1,300. This isn't the 3D and the 4K. Don't waste your money on 4K yet because it's not a standard yet. I don't see the point of wasting your money on 3D because I rarely go to see a 3D movie, and even in the theaters. No, because it just gives me a headache. You can get a Blu-ray player for like $60. You can get a sound bar for your TV for less than $100. A Chromecast, which if you don't know what that is, it's just like this little dongle that plugs into the back of your TV.
Well, yeah. And it's the same thing as, the Google Fire or the Amazon Fire TV or a Roku.
Yeah. And the idea is with the Chromecast, you can literally send stuff from your laptop and just put it up on the screen. You look at your Netflix and Hulu Plus combined is about $16 a month or $192 a year. So if you add all that together, that's about $1,700 total. Now you can easily spend $25 or more for two at the movies, especially if you go at night. $30-$40 without too much trouble.
Well, then you end up going out to dinner and
right.
Blah blah blah. I like going out to dinner.
Right.
I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
But you know what else is fun? Ordering a pizza and sitting in my basement and watching a movie.
Exactly. That's the way to go. So, really, why leave the house? That's the thing.
Well, let's see. Let's see if we can think of reasons why we would want to leave the house. As we said, we would go for the big blockbuster movies because it is impressive to see those on the huge screen.
And to see it with a group.
Yes.
I mean, there is that group experience.
There are some group movies that you would like to see. Although we can kind of get that here. We've had a couple different movie nights here where we've watched some of the teen movies.
Yeah.
Because we have some friends who bring the kids over, and we sit down here and we watch them. And that's a movie that Mark would never see at the movie theater anyway.
Yeah.
We did it with the first Hunger Games movie, and we're planning that again. And, that's a really nice experience, too, because then we can also, if not everybody is involved in the movie, it's easy to go away.
Right.
So
now, some theaters are trying newer things. You're starting to see more and more comfy seats. We were at a theater in Phoenix where literally people brought like blankies. And it's like they were recliners, and it's like a great way to take a nap, kind of an expensive way to take a nap, but you could do that. You're seeing the theaters that are serving the food directly, they bring it to you.
I wasn't that impressed with that.
Yeah, because it's kind of a mess, and food wasn't that great.
Talk about noise during the movie. Munch.
Yeah.
But all in all, I'm not going to make a case for going to the movies.
No.
I like my home theater.
Yeah.
In fact, let's go watch a movie.
There you go.
And in the meantime, you can check out our audio podcast, How I Got My Wife to Read Comics, on iTunes, in the comfort of your own home.
Right.
Or on our website, sfpodcastnetwork.com. From the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
And enjoy the movies at home.